Good morning, Gospel Life Church. Today's devotional is from Psalm 16. Preserve me, O God, for in you I take refuge. I say to the Lord, you are my Lord. I have no good apart from you. As for the saints in the land, they are excellent ones, in whom is all my delight. The sorrows of those who run after another God shall multiply. Their drink offerings of blood I will not pour out, or take their names on my lips. The Lord is my chosen portion and my cup. You hold my lot. The lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance. I bless the Lord who gives me counsel. In the night also my heart instructs me. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. Therefore my heart is glad, and my whole being rejoices. My flesh also dwells secure. For you will not abandon my soul to Sheol, or let your Holy One see corruption. You have made known the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. So the heading of this psalm is, We will not be abandoned. And no one ever really wants to be abandoned. I'll be using this psalm for our lesson with our teenagers and teens. If you can remember back to your teen years, there's always that extra sensitivity to being abandoned or feeling alone or isolated and having that fear of abandonment. But David knows here that he won't be abandoned. In the first verse here, just as we kind of break down the psalm a little bit, David has an ask of God. He asks God to preserve him. We also see from the very start here David's relationship and his reliance on God. So his relationship, God is his Lord, and he says at the beginning of the psalm. And the reliance portion of that is he says that no good is apart from you. He knows that all of the good would come from God. So there's a total reliance on God. Next in the psalm, there's kind of a discussion of two different types of people. There's the saints, and then there's those that are chasing other gods. What's kind of interesting here is that there's no third group or in-between group. It's really black and white. And then in verse 4, we see what happens to those who are chasing the other gods. They're filled with sorrow. They're essentially disowned by David, their king. And then David lists the benefits of his relationship with God. So that's in verse 6. He basically says life is good. And he talks of the beautiful inheritance that he has and will receive. And then there's a response to that again. And again, that's relationship and reliance. He comes back to the same thing that he starts with. It's almost cyclical. So having that proper relationship brings about benefits, which then increases our relationship and our reliance on God, which then produces this third way that David responds, and that's through praise and worship and joy. I think Psalm 16:11, the end of this psalm really stood out to me as a big takeaway, especially during a time like right now. Again, I'll just read it for you. You have made known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. Hope you can take encouragement in this psalm today, and specifically in that verse. Hope everybody has a great day.